High Court has dealt a blow to former Inspector General of Police Japheth Koome after it ruled that he should be held personally responsible for certain orders that he issued while serving as a Kenyan police boss. Justice Ng'ang'a Njahiru of Nairobi Court ruled that Koome eroded in his directive to police on how to deal with protesters during his reign and that he should be held responsible. This is after human rights group moved to court to file a petition to subject Koome over unlawful contact, where he ordered police officers in April last year to deal with striking doctors' family and decisive. Upon the issuance of the order, KMPDU Secretary General Jan Viala was seriously injured while leading industrial protests by the doctors at that time. Human rights groups then immediately piled pressure on the IG to come clean on the intention of his orders as to whether they were intended to harm the SG or not. In his ruling, Justice Nga emphasized that the Constitution equivocally vests all commands and responsibility powers in the Inspector General of Police as an individual, making them directly accountable for any orders they issue. Katiba Institute, Kenya Section of International Commission of Juries, ICJ Kenya, Transparency International Kenya, the Institute for Social Accountability, and Muslims for Human Rights were among some of the lobby groups that presented the matter to court. The High Court ruling implies that unless challenged, any individual will now have the right to sue the Inspector General of Police of any form of brutality resulting from his orders issued to junior officers during. Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka on Wednesday criticized the government over abduction and arbitrary arrest of Kenyans. In a statement following the abduction cases filed at Milimani Law Courts, Kalonzo, who appeared before the court in his capacity as a lawyer, condemned the government for allegedly orchestrating the disappearance of its citizens. He warned the government not to take Kenyans lightly, as it is an insult to Kenyans. Kalonzo Musyoka also took issue with the Inspector General of Police, Douglas Kanja, and National Intelligence Service NIS Director General Nordin Haji, who was supposed to appear in court but failed to do so. Earlier, Kalonzo, along with other lawyers including NARC Kenya leader Martha Karua, Democratic Action Party of Kenya DAPK leader Eugene Wamalwa, Ndegwa Njiru, attended the court hearing to defend the rights of Kenyans. Kalonzo maintained that the right to free expression had been breached by the current regime. Constitutionally guaranteed rights to free speech and expression have been violated by the increasingly autocratic and uncaring Ruto regime. This comes as a total of 5 abducted Kenyans, including Gideon Kibet, Bernard Kavoli, Peter Muteti, Billy Mwangi, and Ronnie Kiblagat, were released at different intervals on Monday, January 6. In Mlolongo, the family of Steve Mbisi Kavingo, Martin Nyukwa Mwau Kalani Mwema, and Justice Mutumu have been searching for their relatives for over 1 month after they were allegedly abducted between December 16 and 17 Jan 2024. According to the National Commission on Human Rights, 61 people allegedly police killed and 73 cases of abduction or missing persons have been reported since June 2024. In December alone, 7 abductions were recovered. Nzoia Governor George Natembeya has vowed not to go down without a fight should he be forcibly removed from office. The outspoken governor spoke on Tuesday, claiming there was a dubious plot by his political adversaries to impeach him due to his vocal nature. According to Natembeya, his trouble intensified after he publicly criticized the government over the recent spate of abduction. While insisting a few individuals should not impeach a leader voted by thousands of voters, Natembeya further claim millions have been dished how to orchestrate his downfall. The governor warned that impeaching him would be a tall call, order adding there people who want to bring 5 million to battle him out of office, something he said it is not a walk into the park. National Natembeya's comment came just days after he was slammed by National Assembly Majority Leader Kimani Ichung'wah during the burial of Moses Wetang'ula's mother on Friday, January 3rd. Ichung'wah went on to blame the governor for dividing the Western Bloc through incentive politics. There were also suggestions that Natembeya was a sympathizer of former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. While insisting that he was not affiliated with Gachagua, Natembeya retaliated on Tuesday that the former DP who was impeached in October was not his enemy. Natembeya was particularly under fire at the burial, receiving hostile reception as the battle between him and Wetang'ula played out in front of the congregants. More sensational, the governor was also accused of being behind some disappearance during his past regime as the Rift Valley Police boss. Nairobi Senator Edwin Sifuna has raised concerns about the behavior of key allies of President William Ruto, accusing them of arrogance and issuing statements that he believes could undermine the president's protest for re-election in 2027. Speaking during a press briefing, Sifuna signaled out Kapseret MP Oscar Sudi, Tiaty MP William Kamket, and Kotu Secretary General Francis Atwoli as individuals whose action and rhetoric were alienating the public. Sifuna criticized the trial for what he described as unnecessary chest thumping and misguided statements that have sparked public outrage. He added that their remarks reflected a tone of entitlement and disconnection from the struggles of ordinary Kenyans who are already dissatisfied with the policies of the Kenya Kwanza administration. The senator emphasized that such behavior was only exacerbating frustration among citizens grappling with a high cost of living, unemployment, and economic hardship. Specifically addressing William Kamket's speech, Sifuna condemned his suggestion to extend the presidential term limit, describing it as an affront to the democratic gains Kenyans have achieved. He noted that the public is now more politically aware and engaged, unlike in the previous decades when leaders could impose unilateral decisions. Sifuna warned that any attempts to subvert constitutional provision would meet firm resistance from the electorate. Sifuna also took issues with Francis Atwoli, who recently public statement he described as inflammatory and divisive. He accused Atwoli of abandoning his role as workers' advocate to engage in partisan politics, further polarizing an already tense political environment. Similarly, he called out Oscar Sudi for what he termed as reckless rhetoric that risks inflaming tension rather than promoting unity.